Roman Reigns returns and destroys on Raw. YouTube script. Hold on, what? Roman Reigns just showed up on Raw and absolutely demolished everyone in his path, and you're telling me this isn't even the biggest story in wrestling right now? The Tribal Chief, the original Tribal Chief, the man who held WWE hostage for over 1,300 days, just crossed brand lines, destroyed the Vision, and reminded everyone why he's the most dominant force in professional wrestling. But here's what has me absolutely livid: Roman disappears for months, shows up whenever he feels like it, disrupts the entire Raw roster's hierarchy, and WWE just allows it because he's their golden boy. This isn't just a return, this is Roman Reigns declaring that rules, brand splits, and organizational structure mean nothing when you're the original Tribal Chief. And WarGames? This changes everything about what we thought we knew. Before I break down every devastating moment of Roman's destruction, tell me, should Roman Reigns be allowed to just show up on any brand whenever he wants? Or does this make the brand split completely pointless? Drop your take in the comments. The wrestling world is in absolute chaos right now because Roman Reigns just did what Roman Reigns does best: he showed up, he conquered, and he left everyone wondering what the hell just happened. Raw was supposed to be about the Vision and their dominance. It was supposed to be about the Raw roster dealing with their own problems. But Roman Reigns doesn't care about your plans. He doesn't care about your show. When Roman wants to make a statement, he makes it wherever and whenever he chooses. Let's break down exactly what happened because every single moment was calculated to send a message. Roman's music hit, and you could feel the energy shift in that arena. The crowd went nuclear because they knew something massive was about to happen. Roman Reigns on Raw isn't just a surprise appearance, it's an event. Roman walked to that ring with purpose. This wasn't a friendly visit. This wasn't a casual appearance. This was the Tribal Chief coming to Raw to handle business. And the Vision, whoever they are, whoever was foolish enough to be in Roman's crosshairs, they were about to learn a brutal lesson. The beatdown was vicious. Roman didn't just win a match. He destroyed them. Superman punches flying. Spears devastating opponents. Every move landed with the impact of someone who's been waiting months to remind people who he is. This wasn't competitive, this was a statement. And the best part? The Raw roster just had to watch. They had to stand there and witness Roman Reigns treating their show like his personal playground. That's the power Roman has. That's the position he's earned through years of dominance. He can show up anywhere and immediately become the most important person in the building. What was your immediate reaction when Roman's music hit on Raw? Describe it in detail. Now let's talk about the Vision, because who exactly got destroyed here? The Vision isn't a group we've heard much about, which makes this situation even more interesting. Are they a new faction? Are they established stars using a new name? Are they NXT Call UPS trying to make an impact? Whatever the Vision represents, they just got an introduction to the main event level that they won't forget. Being destroyed by Roman Reigns is both a blessing and a curse. It's a curse because you just got embarrassed on live television. But it's a blessing because Roman Reigns doesn't waste his time on people who don't matter. The fact that Roman targeted the Vision specifically means WWE sees something in them. They're being positioned as significant enough to be in a segment with the Tribal Chief. That's huge for their careers, even if the immediate result was getting destroyed. But this also raises questions. What did the Vision do to attract Roman's attention? Did they disrespect the bloodline? Did they interfere in something involving Roman's interests? Did they simply exist in the wrong place at the wrong time? The why matters because it tells us what Roman's motivations are. If this was personal, if the Vision did something specific to earn Roman's wrath, then this is the beginning of a feud. There will be revenge attempts. There will be back and forth. This becomes a storyline that could last months. If this was just Roman making an example, if the Vision was randomly selected to demonstrate Roman's power, then this is about sending a message to the entire wrestling world. It's Roman saying, I can show up anywhere and destroy anyone, and there's nothing you can do about it. Who or what do you think the Vision is? And why would Roman target them specifically? Theories needed. Here's what's got me furious about this situation. The brand split is supposed to mean something. Raw is Raw. SmackDown is SmackDown. Wrestlers are supposed to stay on their assigned brands except for special circumstances like the draft, trades, or specific crossover events. But Roman Reigns apparently doesn't believe in brand splits. He's on SmackDown when he feels like it. He shows up on Raw when he wants. He does whatever serves his interests without regard for the organizational structure WWE has established. And WWE allows it. They don't fine him. They don't suspend him. They don't enforce their own rules. Because Roman is special. Because Roman gets privileges that nobody else receives. Because Roman is apparently above the regulations that govern everyone else. This creates a terrible precedent. If Roman can ignore the brand split, why can't everyone else? Why can't other top stars just show up wherever they want? What's the point of having separate rosters if the biggest star can disregard them completely? WWE will probably justify this by saying Roman was invited or there was special permission or some other corporate explanation. But the reality is they're bending their own rules to accommodate their top star, and that's problematic for maintaining any sense of order or consistency. Should there be any rules that apply to Roman Reigns? Or has he earned the right to do whatever he wants? Let's discuss what this means for WarGames, because that's clearly where this is heading. Roman's appearance on Raw, his destruction of the Vision, it's all building toward the most brutal match in WWE WarGames at Survivor Series. WarGames is chaos contained within steel. 2 rings, 1 massive cage, teams entering at timed intervals, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. It's the ultimate test of teamwork, strategy, and pure survival. And Roman Reigns being involved automatically elevates it to another level. But whose team is Roman on? That's the critical question. Is he forming his own team to take on the Vision and their allies? Is he joining an existing team that needs his star power? Is he playing both sides against each other for his own purposes? Knowing Roman, he's probably assembling a team of warriors who will follow his lead. The Usos are obvious choices if they're available. Sami Zayn could be brought back into the fold despite their complicated history. Solo Sikoa could be forced to reconcile with Roman to face a common enemy. The possibilities are endless. Or maybe Roman is going into WarGames with a team of people who've never worked together before. Maybe he's recruiting based on skill rather than loyalty. Maybe he's putting together a squad of the most dangerous fighters in WWE regardless of their relationships. The dynamics of Roman's WarGames team will be fascinating to watch. Will everyone follow his leadership? Will there be tension and conflict within the group? Will someone inevitably betray Roman, because that's what always happens to Roman eventually? Who should be on Roman's WarGames team? Give me your ideal 5-person lineup. Here's a controversial take: maybe Roman showing up on Raw and destroying people is actually bad for the product. Maybe this reinforces the problem that WWE relies too heavily on Roman Reigns and can't build other stars to his level. Think about it. The Raw roster has been working all year to establish their own storylines, their own stars, their own identity. And then Roman shows up and immediately overshadows everything they've built. Suddenly, nothing on Raw matters except Roman Reigns. This is the same problem WWE has had for years. They put all their eggs in the Roman basket. They make him so much more important than everyone else that casual fans think nobody else matters. How are you supposed to build new stars when one guy is positioned as being in a completely different league? The Vision, whoever they are, just got destroyed. That's not a good start for them. Yes, they were in a segment with Roman, but the lasting impression is these guys got demolished. That doesn't exactly make fans excited to see what they do next. WWE needs to be building multiple stars who feel equally important. They need depth in their roster. They need casual fans to care about people other than Roman Reigns. But moments like this work against that goal. Now, the counterargument is that Roman elevates everyone around him. Being in a storyline with Roman, even if you lose, is better than not being in a storyline with him. The attention, the exposure, the rub you get from working with the top star, that's invaluable. And Roman has put people over when it matters. He made Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. He's had competitive matches with people and made them look strong even in defeat. He's not burying people, he's giving them opportunities. So maybe this The Vision destruction is actually good for them long term. Maybe getting Roman's attention is the first step toward them becoming legitimate stars. Time will tell. Does Roman Reigns help or hurt other wrestlers' careers? Give me specific examples to support your answer. Let's talk about the psychology of Roman's character in this segment. Because Roman Reigns doesn't just show up and fight, everything he does is calculated to send a message and maintain his position. Roman walking to that ring, he's not rushing, he's not panicked. He's moving with the confidence of someone who knows he's the most dangerous person in the building. That body language, that presence, it's all part of the intimidation. When Roman delivers those Superman punches and spears, he's not just hitting moves, he's making statements. Each impact is Roman saying, I'm still here, I'm still the best, and you can't do anything about it. And after the destruction, Roman probably didn't stick around for long. He made his point and left. That's power. That's Roman saying, I don't need to explain myself, I don't need to cut a promo justifying my actions, my presence is explanation enough. This is what separates Roman from almost everyone else. He understands presence. He understands that sometimes doing less talking and more destroying is more impactful. He lets his actions create the narrative. The Raw locker room now has to deal with the psychological impact of watching Roman destroy the Vision. They have to wonder, am I next? They have to question whether they could stop him if he came for them. That fear, that uncertainty, it gives Roman power over people he hasn't even touched. What's the most intimidating thing about Roman Reigns as a character? What makes him different from other top stars? Here's what WWE needs to do to make this angle work. Because just having Roman destroy people and leave isn't enough. There needs to be follow-up. There needs to be story. First, explain why. Give us a concrete reason Roman targeted the Vision specifically. Was it revenge? Was it preemptive attack? Was it sending a message to someone else? We need motivation. Second, show the Vision's response. They can't just disappear after getting destroyed. They need to respond with anger, with plans for revenge, with fire. Make them sympathetic figures who were victimized by Roman's aggression. Third, build the teams for WarGames. Show Roman recruiting. Show the Vision adding members. Show the strategies being developed. Make the build-up as important as the match itself. Fourth, create stakes. What are we fighting for in WarGames? Is it just pride? Is there a championship involved? Is there something personal on the line? Stakes make us care about outcomes. Fifth, make the match deliver. WarGames needs to be brutal, chaotic, and memorable. It needs to live up to the hype. It needs to be the kind of match people talk about for years. What stipulation or stake would make this WarGames match even more intense? Be creative. Let me give you my prediction for where this is all heading. I think Roman's appearance on Raw is the beginning of a faction war that will dominate programming leading into Survivor Series. The Vision will reveal themselves as a group of elite wrestlers who have been quietly building power, and Roman's attack was his way of declaring war. I think we'll see recruiting battles where both Roman and the Vision try to add members to their WarGames teams. This creates multiple storylines as wrestlers have to choose sides. Maybe some people refuse to join either side. Maybe some people play both sides. I think there will be multiple confrontations between now and WarGames. Ambushes, sneak attacks, backstage brawls, parking lot fights, everything escalates week after week until we reach the cage match. I think Solo Sikoa and the new bloodline get involved somehow. Maybe they align with Roman against the Vision. Or maybe they see this as an opportunity to attack Roman while he's distracted. The family drama continues. I think WarGames itself will be an instant classic with multiple memorable spots, shocking moments, and a finish that sets up the next several months of storylines. Someone will turn, someone will rise, someone will fall. And I think ultimately, Roman's team wins, but in a way that creates new problems. Maybe he's too dominant and his teammates resent it. Maybe he makes a decision that costs someone something important. The victory is tainted. How accurate do you think my predictions are? What am I missing? Give me your predictions. Here's my final take on Roman Reigns destroying the Vision on Raw. This was exactly what a major star return should be. No long promo explaining himself. No slow build. Just immediate impact that changes everything. Roman showed up, destroyed people, and reminded everyone why he's the tribal chief. Whether you love Roman or you're tired of his dominance, you can't deny the effectiveness of the segment. It created instant buzz. It got people talking. It set up compelling storytelling opportunities moving forward. The brand split violation is problematic, but honestly, WWE's brand split has never been consistently enforced. If anything, moments like this prove the brand split is more suggestion than rule. Top stars have always moved between shows when the story demanded it. The Vision getting destroyed might seem bad for them now, but this is their introduction to the main event level. If they respond correctly, if WWE books their comeback properly, this could be the making of them as legitimate stars. WarGames is shaping up to be incredible. The combination of Roman's star power, the Vision's mystery, and the inherent chaos of the match structure creates unlimited potential for amazing television. My hope is that WWE follows through. They've created an exciting situation. Now they need to maintain that momentum through consistent, logical storytelling that builds to a satisfying conclusion. Now I need your input on all of this. Rate Roman's Raw appearance on a scale of 1 to 10. What worked? What didn't? Who do you think the Vision is? Names and reasoning, please. Should Roman face consequences for showing up on Raw unannounced? What match type would you rather see, WarGames or something else? Who's your pick to be MVP of the eventual WarGames match? Will you be watching WarGames at Survivor Series? Why or why not? Smash that like button if Roman's return got you hyped for WarGames. Subscribe to Wrestling Newsletter because we're covering every development in this storyline. Hit that notification bell. Share this video with everyone who needs to know that Roman Reigns just changed the entire landscape of WWE. The tribal chief has returned, the Vision has been destroyed, and WarGames is about to be insane. This is just the beginning. The road to Survivor Series is going to be chaos, and we're here for every single moment. Let's go.